You're listening to Embrace Your Snake, a podcast about facing your fear and overcoming the challenges of life. I'm your host, Michael Jackson, and today we're going to talk about what do you do if you're doing a project and you just flat run out of steam. So you've been working on a project for hours and hours and days and weeks and months, and now you have flat run out of steam. What do you do? Well, here's the deal. We've all seen the amazing athletes who are out on, let's say, the track, right? And they are running their race, and you can see them running their last lap, and they are just running out of steam. They were ahead of the entire pack by half a track length, and they're slowing down, and then they fall down, and then they somehow get up and they keep going. What happens? Sometimes they make it across the finish line and come in first. Sometimes one of their buddies, teammates, another team member will come out and pick them up and help carry them across the line. We've all seen it and we go, oh my gosh, that is so heroic. And it is heroic. It's amazing to watch it. It's that that they've done years of training. They've done years of getting in shape, eating the right food, building the right muscles, doing all the right things so that when they get to that race, they're ready to go. And at the end or somewhere in the middle, they are running and they just poop out. So, you go, well, it's so amazing because their friends came out and they supported them and walked them across the line. And I think there's something to that. That is an amazing thing. I've watched those videos and I'm like, oh my God, that's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And you can tear up and you can watch it. And then sometimes you just watch the athletes struggle and you feel their pain. Their feet hurt. Their breathing hurts. You see the sweat. You see the blood on their shirts. You see all this stuff, and they're running. You see the people coming behind them. They're catching up, but the athletes just is gonna go. They're gonna go. They cross that finish line, and it's like, I made it. So, which one are you? Which one is best for the entrepreneur, for the business person, for the person in life that has a goal and wants to get to that goal, and they are so worn out? Do you keep going? Do you stop? Do you let your friends help you? Here's what I think. I do believe that there is an amount of work that we each have to be able to do to support the dreams that we have. We cannot, take off every weekend and go hang out with our friends and party and just not do the things that we know we need to do in order to get to our goal. That will not work. Those things don't make us champions, and they never will make one a champion. So that is out. You can't just do what everyone else does if you want to be extraordinary. The next thing is, well, you've decided you're going to work until you drop, and you do drop. And after a while, here's what happens if you work, 18-hour days for weeks on end. Your productivity goes down. Your mind starts to wander. You start to get angry at people. You make poor decisions. You just cannot function if you don't have enough strength to make good decisions, and you haven't gotten enough rest. You haven't eaten enough food. You haven't done all the things you need to do to keep your body and mind going. So you need to take some time off. So the question is, what does the entrepreneur do in this situation? And my suggestion is, every once in a while, you have got to stop and reload. You have to recharge your system. You have to be able to say, today I'm taking care of me. Yes, you are just like that athlete who was trying to run the race and get around the track and make it across the finish line first. But first only happens if you can take care of yourself enough that you have the mind and to keep the stamina going. You can't just run on empty. There is no such things. Race cars don't run on empty. Your horse races don't run when the horse is starved to death. But the athlete who is trying to run that race, they miscalculated someplace and may not have trained exactly the right way to get across that line, or taken enough fuel and enough carbs, maybe they didn't eat enough pasta the night before. Maybe they had too much of something else. Something went wrong where all of a sudden they were running the race and just pooped out. There is no necessarily glory in dying at what it is that you love. It's so interesting. I hear this phrase, oh, well, at least he died doing what he loved. I'll tell you what, I don't particularly want to die while I'm playing music or while I'm doing photography or while I'm doing my social media marketing. There's no fun in that. Why do I want to die while I'm doing that? That is, to me, a argument that is unwinnable. You know when I want to die? When I've done all the things that I want to do, and I'm in my bed at night, and I go, you know what? I had a fulfilled life. I loved what I did. It's time to go. And then I just go. And whether I wake up somewhere else or not, that's how I would rather go. I don't want to die while I'm shooting the Oscars. That's not my idea of fun, and I don't think that's how most champions want to go out. Nobody wants to be running their race and die when they run across the finish line. Think about that one for just a little bit. So my advice is this. You have to take breaks. You have to rest your mind. You have to think about you, and you need to recharge. You can spend time with friends. You can read a good book. You can watch that TV show you want it to watch. Do you want to binge it for a week in a row? Probably not. You probably want to, think about how to use your time a little better than that. But you can take breaks and you can recharge. So that's my advice. Recharge, rebuild, and then go out and take on the world. Just like pro athletes, we need to be able to recharge. We have to train well. We have to eat well. We have to sleep. We have to build up our mental muscles so that we can perform and be at our best and win the races that we are in. Entrepreneurs need breaks. They need rest. They need to be at their peak performance. Do yourself a favor, and when you're worn completely out, take a break and recharge. This is Michael Jackson. Peace.